10 biggest gangs in the world 2022. What is a gang? Gangs are social organizations that form around an ideology or cause. They typically have a hierarchical structure and are based on principles such as loyalty, respect, and brotherhood. They are usually involved in crime and violence, but they can also be involved in other activities like music or sports. When the word gang was first coined, it simply signified a group of people, but it has since taken on a completely negative connotation. Today, it refers to a gang of people that only do criminal crimes, and these gangs want people to associate their name with terror. The term gang is now only linked with bad things. These gangs engage in every unlawful activity, from robbery to extortion, intimidation, vandalism, assault, drug trafficking, bribing and blackmailing politicians, running prostitution and gambling enterprises, stabbings, shootings, open killings, and massacres. The most famous gangs in the world include the Irish Republican Army, IRA, the Mexican Mafia, and the Italian Mafia. The 10 biggest gangs in the world. Homicides committed by gangsters are a major concern in any country's society. The youths, who are the backbone of a country's fight against a crisis, are the ones who are most lured to gang life. These kids are probably blown away by the power and money that comes with being a gangster. The gangster lifestyle appeals to them so much that they are willing to cut ties with their families. As a result, a gang might be defined as an organization of these cold-blooded individuals. We've compiled a list of the world's 10 largest and most dangerous gangs for 2022, based on their size, notoriety, and level of violence and terrorism. 16. MS-13, El Salvador. MS-13 is a transnational criminal gang with roots in Los Angeles. It has since spread to Central America, Mexico, and the United States. The MS-13 gang is mostly composed of immigrants from El Salvador and other Central American countries. The gang originated in the 1980s during the country's civil war, as a group of young Salvadoran refugees formed into street gangs that fought against government forces. The MS-13 name was originally used for Mara Salvatrucha stoners in Los Angeles by its founders who had been deported from El Salvador after being imprisoned for drug trafficking offenses. 15. Comando Vermelho, Brazil. Comando Vermelho, CV, is one of the most powerful criminal organizations in Brazil. It is estimated that CV has a presence in at least 52 countries and controls the drug trade and other illegal activities in more than 150 countries. The CV is also known for its use of violence, which has led to its membership being composed primarily of hardened criminals. 14. The Mexican Gulf Cartel. The Mexican Gulf Cartel is a criminal organization and drug trafficking group based in Mexico. It was founded in 2010 after the arrest of Ociel Cardenas Guillen, who previously led the Gulf Cartel. The Mexican Gulf Cartel has been involved in drug trafficking, kidnapping, extortion, and other criminal activities since its inception. In 2012, it was estimated that the Mexican Gulf Cartel had an annual revenue of $1 billion. In the Mexican Gulf Cartel, there are two leaders, El Chapo and El Mayo. These two men have been in charge of the cartel since its inception in the 1980s. They are both considered to be among the most powerful drug lords in Mexico and one of the most powerful criminal organizations in history. 13. The Russian Mafia. The Russian Mafia is a group of criminals who are primarily active in Russia and other parts of Eastern Europe. They are often involved in smuggling, extortion, kidnapping, drug dealing, racketeering, money laundering and arms trafficking. The Russian Mafia is an organized crime syndicate that emerged from the Soviet Union during the Soviet-Afghan War and it has been active since then. The group is based on a traditional criminal code of honor which has been passed down through generations. It was originally called the Vori v Zakon, or thieves in law. The word mafia derives from this term as it was used to describe a local Sicilian criminal organization in southern Italy with similar characteristics. In Russia, there are two types of mafia, the Vori and the Bratva. 12. Albanian Mafia. The Albanian Mafia is a criminal organization that operates in Albania. It's one of the most powerful criminal organizations in Europe, with a reputation for violence and corruption. The organization was established in 1992 by former Communist Party members, who took advantage of the absence of law enforcement to become involved in crime as well as business ventures. The Albanian mafia has been involved in many different types of crimes such as drug trafficking, smuggling goods, counterfeiting money and weapons, extortion and kidnapping for ransom. 11. Italian Mafia. The Italian Mafia is a criminal organization that originated in Sicily. The Mafia is known for its code of conduct, which has been passed down from generation to generation. It has had an impact on Italian culture and society. The Italian Mafia has had a significant impact on the culture and society of Italy in many ways. They have had a large influence on the economy, politics, and society as a whole. Mafia members are often involved with drugs, prostitution, gambling, kidnapping and murder. These activities are illegal in Italy and the United States due to their involvement with organized crime. 10. Cosa Nostra. Location: New York. The Cosa Nostra is the world's largest Sicilian mafia, with roots in New York's Lower East with Italian mafia Giuseppe's immigration to the United States. In English, the Italian word Cosa Nostra means, our thing. This mafia gang, often known as the Genovese family, is the largest cocaine dealer in Europe, with about 25,000 members globally. This gang was once thought to be the most powerful, violent, and well-organized criminal organization in the world, specializing in drug trafficking, murder, loansharking, labor racketeering, gasoline bootlegging, and stock market manipulation. Even if they aren't making many headlines right now, they are still powerful enough to be rated 10th on this list. 9. Camorra. Location: Campania, Italy. This is another Italian mafia organization. Camorra is the oldest gang on this list, having been founded in 1417 in Italy. It is Italy's largest and most dangerous mafia organization, with over 100 clans and over 7,000 members. Camorra is a shadowy criminal organization that makes money via smuggling cigarettes, people, and property, as well as kidnapping, prostitution, illicit gambling, extortion, racketeering, and, of course, murders. Unlike other gangs, they also own and operate a number of respectable businesses around Italy. This is most likely why they're known as a hidden criminal organization. 8. Crips. Location: Los Angeles. This African-American gang began as a minor group known as the Baby Avenues in the late 1960s and evolved into the Crips, becoming one of the most vicious and criminal gangs in the world today. Crips is the largest organization of street gangs in the United States, with an estimated membership of 3,500 people. This gang's primary color is blue. All members of the Crips wear blue clothing and carry blue bandanas. The group is mostly involved in savage killings, drug selling, robbery, and street snatching, and is notorious for its acrimonious rivalry with the Bloods gangs. 7. Yakuza. Location: Japan. This is Japan's largest mafia organization, which controls a number of organized criminal organizations around the country. With roughly 102,000 members, this organization arose shortly after World War II, specializing in construction, real estate, fraud, blackmail, and extortion. They have a strong presence in Japanese media, businesses, and politics, in addition to their unlawful money-making activities. When it comes to loyalty, this mafia organization is incredibly severe. Yakuza gangsters are infamous for their strange tattoos and amputated little fingers. A chopped-off finger is frequently a sign of penance that a member must pay when he fails to be loyal in some way. 6. Bloods. Location: Los Angeles. As a direct competitor to the Crips, the second largest and most dangerous gang in Los Angeles was created in 1972. The gang also has female members known as Bloodettes. The Bloods are a group of about 25,000 people that identify with the color red. They dress in red, wear red hats, and wear red bandanas. They employ substantial hand gestures, language, graffiti, jewelry, and symbols to identify each other in addition to their primary distinguishing hue. The group is infamous for its harsh deeds and is most known for its feud with the Crips. They are known as the Bloods because they play with blood. 5. 18th Street Gang. Location: Los Angeles. The 18th Street Gang, also known as Barrio 18 and Mara 18, is a multi-ethnic criminal organization that began in Los Angeles in 1960 and has since spread throughout the United States, with a focus on Central America and Mexico. The gang, which has over 65,000 members from various nations across its region, is involved in a variety of violent criminal operations, including murder for hire, drug trafficking, prostitution, extortion, and kidnapping. The 18th Street Gangsters wear the number 18 on their apparel to distinguish one another. This group is regarded as one of America's most vicious adolescent gangs. 4. Los Zetas. Location: Mexico. This Mexican crime syndicate, which was founded in 1990, has made headlines on a regular basis for its heinous and vicious acts. That is why, in such a short time, it has risen to 4th place in the globe of horror. As the world's most powerful drug cartels, they derive 50% of their revenue from drug trafficking and the other 50% from horrific tactics such as beheadings, tortures, slaughters, protection rackets, extortion, and kidnappings. Their horror is so terrifying that even the U.S. government believes them to be the most highly advanced, vicious, violent, and dangerous cartel in Mexico. The Tamaulipas-based organization has spread to practically every region of Mexico. 3. Aryan Brotherhood. Location: California. The Aryan Brotherhood, commonly known as Brand or AB, is a prison gang and organized criminal organization in the United States. It was founded in 1964 and is now the world's largest, deadliest, and most vicious prison gang, with an estimated 20,000 members both inside and outside of jails. With their motto, "Blood in, blood out," you can guess their level of cruelty. According to a study, AB is responsible for 21% of all homicides in the United States. The brand engages in every unlawful activity imaginable as a crime syndicate. Without a doubt, AB is a notoriously lethal group that is likely clueless of the concept of mercy and only knows bloodshed. 2. Latin Kings. Location: Chicago. Male and female members make up the Latin Kings Gang, a Hispanic street gang. The gang was created in the 1940s with the intention of preserving Hispanic culture and encouraging education in the United States, but it has since grown into one of the most vicious and inhumane gangs in the country, with an estimated 43,000 members. The theft of military munitions, collaboration with a notorious terrorist group, and a high school brawl over a Coca-Cola poster are all part of this gang's history. As a means of communication among the Latin rulers, they utilize different logos and share unique codes. The rich drug trade is the main source of wealth for the Latin kings, who are invariably clothed in black and gold. 1. Mara Salvatrucha. Location: California. Do you know how to say this name? Well, I am having a hard time with it. Imagine that. How can we judge the severity of their brutality if we can't even pronounce their name? It is an international criminal organization that began in California in 1980 and is also known as MS-13. MS-13 is the world's most lethal and brutal gang, with a slogan of "kill, rape, and control." This gang, which has about 70,000 members, is involved in almost every form of criminal activity imaginable, but they are most well known for human trafficking and prostitution. MS-13 has grown in power to the point where the FBI established a MS-13 National Gang Task Force in 2004. MS-13 members, who are normally clothed in blue and white, stand out with their unique sign language tattoos all over their bodies. These are the world's top 10 most powerful, violent, and dangerous gangs in 2022, who don't speak the language of love and peace. Bloodshed, murders, screaming, and violence are all they know. Every day, humanity is annihilated. An act of brutality may be a juvenile pastime for them, but it is a terror act for the society, shaking individuals from within.